All right, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. And I'm almost at the end of this movie. What you see on my screen is Gemini Man, starring Will Smith. And I'm at the point where, Will Smith and his two associates, they enter into a barn. Okay, they're looking for a vehicle to go to their next destination. And the clone, right, which was set up to kill Will, right? I believe in the movie his name is Henry. All right, Will's name is Henry, but the clone that was set up to kill Will, as soon as he walked into the barn, like I said, him and the two associates, he shot him with bee venom, okay? And he shot him with bee venom just to see if, basically he was him, And then when he seen Will, fighting for his life because he was allergic to it, then he realized, okay, he was telling the truth. I am your clone, but the one associate asked the clone, he says, how do you always know where we are? And then the clone said, well, there's a tracking device in you, right? It was a chip. The chip was small as a grain of rice, okay? But that chip was a tracking device. Now, we know this is one of the things that E wants to do part of his New World Order agenda plan, okay? He wants to microchip everyone, And one of the main things, dealing with that microchip is what? Knowing your whereabouts, okay, at all times. They want you to be on the grid at all times. You see? And that's the advantage E wants to have over you. One of the advantages that E wants to have over you. He wants to be able to, ultimately have life or death over you. All your whereabouts, what you're doing, what you're thinking about, your memories, control how you buy or sell. E wants to have all those things, and he's going to do it by the way of a microchip, okay, which we know, according to the Bible, refers it as the mark of the beast. Now, when we speak about E having this God complex, these are the things that we are talking about. Okay, these are a few things that we mentioned that we discuss of him having this God complex. He wants to be the know all, the see all, the be all, the control all, So that leads me to, let's get a few scriptures, all right? Start at the book of 2 Thessalonians, right? Matter of fact, no. Let's start at this. Start at the book of 2 Corinthians. All right, 2 verse 11, it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, So we know the physical counterpart, the spiritual demon Satan on this side, okay, on the earth is who? Well, it's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. All right, he is the one that plays the role of the spiritual demon Satan on earth, okay? And see, he doesn't have an advantage of us because we're not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of his wiles, And the Lord has been revealing this devil. Okay? He has been revealing this devil. We have the mystery. We have the secrets. We have the understanding, the keys, of the scriptures. We know what the scriptures are speaking of. We know what the scriptures tell us what to do and tell us what not to do, So we have, and I'll say the elect, we have the advantage over E, right? How the scriptures talk about, let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes, also better known as Sirach, 12 verse 10, it says, never trust thine enemy. You see, so you having an understanding of who your enemy is, that gives you an advantage. You see, of knowing who your enemy is, knowing, what your enemy plans and wants to do to you and your people. The conspiracy and the council that he has set up against your people. You start to understand and learn that we are in a spiritual warfare. So the things that he do that may seem like it's for you, there's another there's something else, behind that mask, that he's trying to pull over you. He makes things seem as they are one thing, but truly they're another. Right? Scripture says, let me see if I can trying to think of it, how he tries to he imagines to throw thee into a pit. I forget exactly where that is. If a brother want to throw that on a comment board, but let's get this first, the book of Ecclesiastes 12 verse 10, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so of his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Here we go. Jump to verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagine him how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Okay, so, he's always trying to imagine how to throw us into a pit, That's his plan. He wants to throw us into a pit. He wants this to be locked into his system, in a way of how he's going to try to lock us in his system is going to go back to the RFID chip, right? The mark of the beast. See, that's how he wants to integrate us. Okay, he wants us in sync with his digital technology. All right, and the way that's going to be done is by what? By the chip. Okay, that's why this whole system is being set up and geared towards the chip system. Okay, that's why everything is being made digital. Everything is being made to be in sync with one another. Right. That's why you got places of what they call smart homes. It's a whole home that's all synced in one. Okay, it all works together. It all feeds off each other. From unlocking the door, from the doors, to the windows, to the lights, to the TVs, to the refrigerators, right? Some places even to the closets and things like that. The whole home is in sync. And what he wants to do with your mind, with your brain, with your soul, with your spirit, he wants you in sync. He wants you in line with his digital system. All right. So it comes down to, you're going to be in sync with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, or you're going to be in sync with Esau Edom. Scriptures talk about they can serve two masters, right? Let's see if I can get that real quick. Serving two masters. And Salakia, I'm under the weather right now. Says the book of Matthew 6 verse 24 says, no man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he would hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon is dealing with the God of money. But you get the point of not serving two masters. If you choose to take the RFID microchip, you are showing what master you're serving. You see? But if you resist it, you're showing that you're serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. All right. Let's go to the book of 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day should not come except there be a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is of the Most High, or is God. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. For only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his brightness, of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders." And see, a lot of people are about to see on earth the power of signs and lying wonders that Esau has up his sleeve, and that he's going to bring out, and that he's going to put at the forefront. You see? That he's going to put at the forefront. Okay? "And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie." Okay? This is what you see that you have going on today. All right? So I just wanted to touch on that, as that scene approached. And I'm like, yeah, that's what Esau wants. See, Esau wants to know all your whereabouts. Esau want to know how you spend and what you think, how you feel. That's why when you go to search stuff, your phones and things that we listening to you, because you type in something, it already recommends what you might have just had a conversation talking to somebody about, and you thinking in your head, how the fuck did you know? I was thinking of this, or by the typing that, or you know what I'm saying? You listening to things, and because it monitors what you listen, and monitors you, listens to you. So when you do think about different, even things you may you may look at, you might be scrolling on the internet somewhere, and different ads and things like that pop up. You be like, I was just talking about that. How y'all know? See, that's just some of the shit he does. Talk about buying something. It's in right in your ad, or it's being sponsored. Or don't you like? Wouldn't you like this? How does this look? How does that look? Then you be like, oh yeah, I do want that. Let me look into it now. You see. But just throw that out there. So yeah, so when I seen popped up the chip, I'm like, yeah, that's E for you, So let's go to. So last but not least, let's go to the book of Revelation 13, verse 16. It says, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads." Right. So it's saying this because this is going to be the new way of life. How he's going to push it forth until your Heavenly Father sends his only begotten Son back to destroy this man and his wicked kingdom. So it's going to be everyone. It's going to be people that's so-called wealthy. It's going to be people that's poor. It's going to be people that's already in prison, and people that's so-called free. See, this is going to be the new standard of living. You see how cash is being knocked out of society. Everything is going to cashless because everything is going to be digital, right? And that no man might buy or sell, say that he had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. See, so you're not going to be able to do trade. You're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to sell and do things in society unless unless you're in sync with the system. Like I bring up all the time. When they start putting chips in the credit cards and things like that, they sent me a 30-day notice. They said, look, your card is being canceled in 30 days and your new card will be sent in the mail and it needs to be activated. And if I wouldn't activated that card, I would not have no credit card. You see? So that's how they're doing things. I'm going to say, look, if you want to do this, you want to do that, get with the program. The mark of the beast is the way. They're not going to say it in that way, but they're going to say the chip is the way. You don't have the chip, then you ain't getting no dip. You know what I'm saying? So, I just thought I'd touch on that on the spirit. A lot of movies, they just show you, especially a lot of Will Smith got a lot of movies where you could just touch on different things as you see, that thing as far as the future and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to touch on that for the spirit. Or will I hope it was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.